So we are here with Cheyenne Jackson and Booboo Stewart, who everybody knows from the Descendants franchise, and we know you guys from so many projects of yours and so many well-beloved characters that you played. So we're really excited to speak to you today about the new Descendants special that is coming out. So the first question that I want to ask you guys is, where will we find these characters? Are we picking up right where the third movie left off?
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of after Descendants 3, and the relationships are about where they were before, and now it's the planning of this wedding. And is is Hades going to ruin it all like he likes to? So that's kind of, yeah. Timeline wise, that's about where we are.
Also, awesome Mal outfit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was hoping somebody might
Oh
recognize that.
yeah.
This is from Descendants 2. It's her
Hmm.
like revamped Isle of the Lost
Yeah,
kind of
cool.
style.
Nice.
Hopefully now with her wedding dress there'll be some blue and some aspects of Hades that maybe might make it in. We'll see.
They better.
That would be awesome. So, when we last saw your characters, you guys seem like, even though you guys obviously your characters come from the Isle of the Lost, it seems like you guys have kind of found your way in Oregon a little bit. Cheyenne, your character especially, is kind of like just kind of dipping his toe into, should I trust these people? Should I maybe chill out a little bit? And Boo Boo, your character has kind of found his voice in Oregon. So how does that kind of influence where they're going to be in this special? And also, I wanted to ask you guys, what's it like to play your characters in animated form? Booba, I think you've done that before in the Wicked World series, but what's it like to play the character just with just your voice?
Yeah, so going back to the first part, yeah, Jay, he's totally found his way in Oregon, living a happy life. And I think for a special, he's just trying to keep everything in line, trying to make sure this wedding goes as smoothly as possible. Jay's, his forte is definitely not being a wedding planner, but he's trying his hardest to help maintain um, the help of the planning. And yeah, and I've got in playing the character again, it's been several years since we've played these characters. So it was definitely a lot of like me walking around my apartment saying the lines and like trying to like how would I do this? Like how would Jay say this again? Like it's been such a second. So just like dropping back into um, the voice and the mannerisms. Uh, it was really nice. I think I found it. It took a second, but then when I was in.
Um, yeah, I mean, I would echo that. Hades has definitely, like you said, you know, he's a little gun shy. He's been ostracized for so long. So I was hoping that in this special, it wasn't just like he's just there at the wedding and everybody's hunky dory. I knew that um, he's a drama queen. He loves attention. He wants everything to be about him, and he wants to be the star. I was glad that there was some shenanigans and things that they wrote into that. As far as doing yourself animated, yeah, I thought it was a fun challenge. I didn't like Boo Boo was saying. You don't when you are on set, you're in character. You have your costume and your boots and your hair, and that does
You
a
guys
lot of
have
the
some pretty elaborate costumes too to get you in character.
truly, and we all would agree, like that does a lot of the work for you. You just have to show up and just kind of be a vessel for it. So when you're by yourself in the middle of COVID, you haven't done these characters in a few years. Yeah, it definitely took me a while, and stomping around the booth and like drinking coffee and yelling and trying to like remember who I even was. So, but it was fun. I had a good time.
That's so great. And one thing that I love about you two and the characters that you play is that you both, before you came to this project, you guys had some dance experience. So I've always been curious, did that help you guys in your performance for these characters? Since there's always a musical aspect of the Descendants series, did that help you find your characters at all?
For me, yes. I'm definitely not a dancer, but I've been in a lot of musicals, so I can fake it pretty well. The movement informed Hades completely, but the movement is all Kenny Ortega. Kenny, like had a microphone on a stand, and he wanted me to have a scarf, and so much of his movement and all of that, like Mick Jaggery, David Bowie stuff, is kind of Kenny Ortega. So I'm just kind of doing Hades. That's my secret. That's an acting secret.
That's awesome. That's so true. And when you start saying that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Kenny. And yeah, for me, like when I got the part forever ago, I was very nervous because I danced when I was younger all the time. That was my main thing. I was literally just like a dancer. I was dancing in like shows and stuff like that. And then it had been years and years and years since I tried to dance. And so I remember I was like, okay, gonna do Descendants. I gotta start singing lessons, and I'm gonna put myself in dance classes again. Here we go. And so I tried to get in a dance class at Millennium. It's this like dance studio here in LA. And I couldn't even make it through half the class. I was like, I cannot. Like your muscle memory of like remembering dance moves it's very interesting. You got to work on it. And I could do like the jazz class, but when it came to like hip hop, it was no go. So I asked one of my friends who's a dancer to give me private lessons, and in exchange, I would teach him how to do flips and karate moves. And so that helped tremendously. And yeah, I remember shooting Rotten to the Core, and there was this bit. I remember watching the monitor afterwards, and I saw something that I had done in one of the dance moves, and I thought like it was the moment where it went like boom, like, that's it, like that's the character. So
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I also love how you guys both mentioned Kenny Ortega and how much he has an influence over these characters as well. And he's so talented. We all know him from so many different projects. But we also know both of you guys and Kenny Ortega from Julie and the Phantom. So is there any similarities between your experience on that show and your experience in the Descendants series, or any similarities between your two characters? Is there any kind of connection between those?
I can take that. Yeah, a Kenny Ortega set is a Kenny Ortega set. It's alive, it's creative, it's silly, but it's also deadly serious because it's very important to him, and that's why he pushes everybody. He pushes you hard, and which is great. That's why he gets these wonderful performances out of people. As far as the similarities with the character, I would say Hades and Caleb are like cousins from the same, evil line of Descendants, ironically.
Same guy, different font, as some readers might say.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, that's a perfect way to. I couldn't say it better.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree with Cheyenne so much. Kenny brings his energy, and it. The one this image I have of Kenny, I've never seen him do this, but it's inspired me so much throughout the years of working with him. Is I feel like when Kenny gets back to wherever he's staying, where we're filming, he just collapses on the bed from exhaustion. And so Kenny brings that much energy, you have to match it. And so that's something I've learned a lot from Kenny. It's just like bringing it and being prepared. Like there's the few times that I've been on set with Kenny and felt slightly not as prepared as I should have been, made me feel really bad. And so just really bringing it, being prepared, because Kenny's going to bring that plus some. Yeah.
Awesome. Kenny always brings it, and in all of his projects, it's super clear because they're all perfect. I have one last question for you guys. Since you guys are playing two well-established Disney characters, are there any other Disney characters that you would love to play one day, whether it's in Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar?
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh, so many.
I would want to play Nightcrawler.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Would that be Marvel? Yeah, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, no, X-Men? Yes.
It's all technically, that counts.
That counts.
They're all related somehow. That might be more of like a Disney Plus type character, but
right.
I think that'd be awesome.
I've always wanted to play I've always wanted to do a superhero. I kind of did. I did 4 episodes of The Watchmen a couple of years ago. But I love it. I love Disney shows. I've had a close call with many different. I was like right up there for Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, I don't know. Some kind of character, some kind of superhero, I think would be really cool. I can't think of a specific one though.
Awesome. Well, hopefully Disney Plus will hear both of you guys, and
Come
we'll see you
on.
guys as some fun Disney characters in addition to the ones you're playing for Descendants. So we're really excited for that to premiere, and it's been so great to talk to you guys. And it'll be great to hear you guys when the new Descendants special premieres.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you too.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.